Hello and welcome to Patrick's Models and Transport. Welcome to Model Kit Tuesday. So today we're working on the Cooper Craft Bedford ML flatbed lorry in 176 scale. I'm going to try and I won't be talking too much. I've still got the flu and at least I don't have temperature today anymore, but I've got a very heavy head cold, but I'm feeling a bit better anyway. So I've not skipped the Model Kit Tuesday since I started it in October, so let's do it. The show must go on. I hope I don't cough. Anyway, so let's just have a look at the instructions, what they're saying on here. So we're looking now at points 2 and 3. So let me fold this large sheet of instructions, and we're working on the chassis. So the chassis says here, number 2, working with parts upside down, cement the two chassis side members to the underside of the cab floor so that the end of the chassis lines up with the end of the locating strips on the cab floor. So here we go to the drawing. These are the chassis members. These have to be glued onto here. And these are the locating strips, so they have to be against them and they have to be at the same height as that. This is the cab floor and the chassis members are still on the sprue, so we're going to cut them off right now. Then point 3 says, point 3, turning, where's my turning the assembly the right way up, cement the chassis cross members across the side frames. Note that the three cross members are different. The thinnest is located about 1 millimeter behind the cab floor. The one with the locating lug for the spare wheel is at the very end. Of the chassis, and the intermediate one should be positioned about 2 millimeters in front of the mudguards. See the drawing for details. Cement the two seats to the locating lugs on the cab floor. Okay, well that's another thing that will have to be done. So here's the drawing. It says to put, these are the cross members. So this is the thinnest one, which goes 1 millimeter behind the cab floor. Which in this drawing here, it's actually, it'll zoom out. Okay. Here it's correct. It's 1 millimeter behind the cab floor. And, excuse me. And instead, the central one, 2 millimeters in front of the mudguards. So the drawing is wonky. And drawing is away with the fairies. I believe them that it's 2 millimeters, but that is not 2 millimeters in scale in this drawing. So, okay, good job. There's well detailed written instructions. The instructions are well written, very detailed, and written in very good English. So that's good. The drawings are not capital, and yes, you have to recognize the bits because there are no numbers, but it's perfectly doable if you have a bit of experience. Okay, let's see about these parts. So, this is the cab floor. The sprue is full of flash. The item is full of flash, so we're going to have to get that cut out. A lot of flash. So I'm going to use my knife like that, just to get most of it off with a knife, and then I'll use a file. Okay. There's a lot of flash there as well, look at that. A lot of flash there. See what we can do. Just first with a knife, and then we'll go with the file. Let's try and not go into my finger. Okay, right, let's use a file now. It's okay. Regulating this a wee bit more like that so you can see what I'm doing, because I'm mainly working in mid-air. Okay. I think it's nose blowing time. Oh, wonderful. Anyway, the flu's still here. No temperature this morning, and or when I did wake up I had 37, but then once I didn't get up immediately. After an hour I measured it again and gone down to 36. It was 38.8 last night, and I usually operate at 35.5, so you can imagine what a 38.8 means for me. It's a disaster. Anyway, right, oh, there's more flash here. So it's very similar. It's, you know, that special version of flu which I had last year in October. It's similar but different at the same time. But it's not Christmas if somebody doesn't have the flu. Isn't that true? Okay. So the cab floor is okay. Right. More on that, I can't do anything else. Let's have a look at these things here. The chassis members. I'd like to glue these on, and then we'll do this thing here by finished installments. Okay, so we have to get the chassis out, so because we have the chassis here and well, the two chassis side members which are here, and here we have two upper chassis members that go glued on top of these where the flatbed is fitted onto, and there's no mention in instructions. They completely forgot to mention them. I don't know, I have to read them again and see. I have no idea. We'll see, but you know, as we go along. So let's cut this stuff out somehow without making too much. 1, 2, 3. Oh jeez, oh, these are, look at that, how they're fitted in there. How am I getting that off? Who designed this sprue? I think half of the fun of building this thing here is managing to do it without ruining the parts, the mouldings. Right, you know what I'm going to do here, because I don't see myself getting this off easy. I cut through this one. Ah, I did. Okay. So now I have to get through this one here, which is easier said than done. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to cut through here and remove this from the center of the sprue, so that I can actually tackle that upper part. Okay, right. Because this is going to be a bit of a job getting into this. How are we going to do that? Bending it by hand. It's extremely tough. Going in with the cutters. Maybe that's the solution. I mean, it's very, very tough. Very tough. It's extremely tough. This is a bad design. This is a absolute rubbish design. And I was about to say another word, which begins with S, with an H, and ends in E, because it's the Scottish version of it. Now, this is absolute. Ah, okay, I broke it off by hand. Right, let's just break it off by hand and maybe wait a pair of pliers. Let's just use the pliers, because there's no, otherwise we risk causing damaging the thing. I'm just using the pliers. Twist it off and file it down. Not impressed by the I'm going to go out, seeing I've not got temperature today, in the car. I'm not going anywhere. I've got to go and just drop 2 parcels at the in-post locker that I had already prepared, and just to go out and see the world, because I'm going daft staying in the house. Okay. I think it's, yes, this is the same, it's like making an old Airfix kit, but worse. Even Airfix kits, you do a lot of filing. Even on the Allen one, the Allen kit, the Z5, was quite a lot of adapting, but not really so bad. And the one, you know, made in the successor state of the main successor state of the Soviet Union. I think the talking is, I'm running out of talking, oxygen. Okay, let's cut these off. Off one, off the next one. Let's use the cutter. Okay. Right. And And let's file down. Of course, there's all sorts of flash here as well. And here. A wee file like this does a job. And there, look at that. This. Axles are supposed to be set in just like that. I mean, I don't need to be too fussy. I mean, I'm just getting off the excess, removing the excess. There. That's there as well. There. Okay, so that's us. Right, so that's that ready. I have to do the same thing to this one here, but I'll do it off camera. And in the second video, this was a sort of overview, this is video 1. In the second video, we'll assemble these here together. And I think I'm going to also prepare, this video also wanted to show you the state of the components, how much work there is, cleaning them, etc, etc. And then I'll cut off the rest of the stuff to assemble the whole chassis, and we'll make a second video today where we'll assemble the lot. Okay, cheerio, and see you next time.